This week, we found our way back to the forests of New Mexico. I'm out here with my good buddy, Jeremy Romero.
You ever seen one of these before?
And after a few days of scouting, we're going to be joined by country music star Luke Combs.
That'll do. Feel pretty good about that. Not bad.
Is that beautiful?
Sure sounded like it.
Yeah. We might have to drop on the right side now.
Yeah, let's go. Dang it.
Because they're right to them. Well, then it's up.
I think it's just because we're on top.
Yeah, on top, and we're getting.
Let's get close, and if we have to come back and move,
Yeah,
do that.
We'll come back. The wind's not good here. Go down. Needed him to take about another step on the first time. And then when I went to full draw, I thought I had him at 40, but my depth perception was off and he went behind the layer of brush instead of in front. But I couldn't tell. He looked like a decent 6. I couldn't, not giant, but pretty good. And then we trailed him the whole way here and he was bugling really good. We were just getting on him and then stopped. We had good wind the whole time. So I don't know, he might just be going to bed, but it seemed like a satellite just traveling, looking for cows. But, oh well. We'll wait here and let Jeremy catch up. We kind of lost him in the whole melee.
After a few exciting days of scouting and working a few bulls, it was time to finally meet up with Luke Combs, the longtime friend of MeatEaters. But before we get to this hunt, we need to train Luke on how to use the calls. Never elk hunted, never heard an elk bugle. We're here in New Mexico, and you elected to do it public land.
Yep.
Semi do it yourself because we're not guiding you. You're involved in all these decisions.
Yep.
So we're here to hunt elk on public land here in the Gila National Forest, and look forward to getting after it here the next couple of days.
It's gonna be fun, boys. I'm excited.
So one of the things you wanted to do on this hunt was maybe learn to call, and so we've been thinking like, man, I can't carry a tune in a bucket, but I can run a call. I'm thinking like, Luke, he's got a giant set of pipes.
Yeah.
He's obviously better at carrying a tune than me. Like, is this going to translate over to calling? And then we've been BSing a little bit the last couple of days.
Sure.
And you run turkey calls.
Yeah.
You run them pretty well.
Yeah, decently, yeah.
So it's like, is this going to carry over as well?
Right.
So what's your thought? You think you're just going to knock it out of the park, or it's going to be a little learning curve?
I think there's going to be a learning curve because it's way different, obviously, than turkey calling. I mean, obviously, at least diaphragm wise is similar.
Yep.
I think being able to hear the tones and recognize the pitches and the different sounds, that I think helps. But when it comes down to brass tacks, like making that sound with calls you're not used to is a whole different.
Yeah. And so, similar to turkey hunting, you've got diaphragms, you got pot calls, slate calls, push pins, gobbler shakers, whatever. We got some tools of the trade. So you've seen us using all these. We got the bugle tubes. I've got the new carbon fiber tube. You've got the new collapsible Kyvan tube. We've got the diaphragms, like you said. We've got like external cow calls, which is a Mylar reed on a plastic
tone board with a wood barrel. And then we've got, fancy contraptions that are like the Easy Sucker that's like a rubber body. And so some people can't run a diaphragm, like they got a bad gag reflex. So we basically make an artificial tongue that runs on the same diaphragm
That's
and
wild.
try to give them, a shot. So
That is pretty cool, man.
as we're walking around the woods, and I tell everybody, the challenge bugles are cool, the lip balls are cool, the chuckles are cool. 95% of the bugles you've heard Jeremy do so far are location bugles. That's the call. We're walking around the woods. We get to a new area where we think there's elk, we're gonna locate bugle. And so that's gonna be that 2 to 3 high note, bugle. Keep it short. We wanna be able to hear, because sometimes you've heard those bowls just bam, they're right on the back. And if you're out there making all those whimsical, magical noise, you're never gonna hear them. Yep. We get in on a herd bowl though, we're gonna have to switch to a challenge bugle. We're trying to reverse nature a little bit there. So we'll use some challenge bugles, we'll get in tight. But one thing you're gonna see from us this week is we don't necessarily think we got a good percentage if we're going to try to call that thing from a mile away. We got to get tight. We got to do these circles around the mountains. It's like we can fool their ears a little bit, we can fool their eyes a little bit, but if they wind you, that's the real key. So we're out there, you're like, what the heck is this thing used for? We're puffing this thing all the time. So
Right.
you ran a turkey diaphragm, so I'm curious. I want to see you make a cow call. See if I might not even have to teach you anything. So I teach people, if you can grab the mosquito sound, that.
A little more. Yep.
There you're getting there. There you go. There you go. So you got a set of pipes on you though. So I think, yeah, run less there. Yep. A little more on that bottom end.
That's wild, man. That's a wild call too. I mean, it just takes here's how I always learn when I'm trying to run some call that I don't know how to use is just in my truck.
Yeah. That's
Driving, I'll just, because what am I going to do it in the living room? I'm sure my wife and kids would love that.
Yeah.
Sitting around me doing that.
Yeah. They will. I think they really would appreciate it.
They would love it. They would.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would just be so thrilled. I think they had me running around the house all day trying to do this, dude. You know what I mean?
I think Luke's gonna have to start his concerts off with a bugle. Yeah, that's it.
Work all day long.
A little rasp in there.
All day long out here.
For sure.
There's someone 2 ridges over going, that's a big son of a bitch."
They're probably stalking.
They're probably they're coming down right now. It's gonna be a damn right through between the middle of the street. Where's our hunter's orange at, dude?
I'm done calling the rest of the trip, boys.
That's it.
With a little more practice under his belt, Luke was ready to get back out in the woods and try his new bugling skills.
Showed up here, it's about 3:45, and we're gonna work this road, and there's gonna be a rim up here, and it's not real steep, but we got probably 100-foot elevation, difference, and we're gonna have good winds. We're just gonna work this and kind of call our way down. Hopefully the elk in here are active. We did locate one down below from last night when we were doing some night bugling, so hopefully they're still in here and they're tucked away, bedded, and should be a good hunt.
Yeah, there's some water in there. Hoping those elk are kind of staying tight to water and bedding in there, and I think we'll be in a good position as they get up to make a good play. So.
Do they ever come in? They come in silent?
Yeah.
They'll come in all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, dude, there's one right there.
Yep.
Damn, that'd be wicked.
Yeah, more if you're just cow calling. They might usually bugling, they'll bugle back and forth, but they can do it either way. They can come in completely silent.
Because I know, turkey wise, there's dominant birds and there's non-dominant birds, right? So it's you get those birds that come in they don't want anything to hear them. They don't want the alphas to hear them because they're like, well, I'll just creep in and see what's popping. I'm not gonna say anything,
Yeah.
But that's interesting, man.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting how much it correlates. I mean, minus the wind stuff, dude.
Yeah,
There's obviously no wind stuff with your turkey hunt.
Yeah, the wind is
The thing. It seems like it's the thing.
It's the thing right now for sure. And these elk all got that pecking order, but we show up and we're the new bull nobody knows about. I think they come and investigate.
Yeah.
right there. So normally we try to be 50, 60 yards from the shooter, but with this being so open, that elk's gonna come over. Hopefully the bull comes over looking for me. I might hang back 100, 150 yards on this calling setup. It's not ideal, but with the vegetation we've got, that's gonna be the best scenario to call these bulls in. So we're probably gonna call from a lot further distance than we have been the rest of the hunt. That was just a desperation attempt, but once you get him bugling like that.
Well, yeah, he got fired up on
Yeah.
it, for sure.
I barked at him just to kind of let him know, like, hey, I want to see your ass too.
I mean, they buggered out of here, but they weren't.
No,
They
they're
still
not,
weren't. They still weren't.
No, they're not leaving here.
Up to them.
Hit him high as fuck.
Okay, that's right, that's right.
God damn it.
That's right. Breathe. I'm fine.
I drew. He never got behind anything. So when I drew, he freaked out a little bit.
We tried to draw with him behind these last two trees.
Yeah, I mean, I think the better alternative probably would have been to just not take that shot, to be honest. I mean, I felt confident at the time, but, you know.
He could have dropped too, you know, but it's hard to tell.
You watch the footage, you might have dropped at your shot. And it might, nothing could be your fault. It's hard to say without looking at it. But a lot of times
I know, man. Just beginning to struggle to find the lessons in all these horrible experiences I'm having in the woods. It's beginning to stack up, you know? He did 3 bugles kind of in maybe in 5 minutes. He gained a fucking ton of ground to this group over here.
And that's why that bull got a little more active. He knew that other bull was coming. Yeah.
You know, my thought is maybe we can try to make a move on him, but I would save it.
In the morning, we're probably gonna have to do some hiking in the dark. Yeah. Come off that other road, get below him.
I think we can get down here off of this road, and we'll just take this road back to camp. And in the morning, we'll get in here. Even if we have to walk across that little opening down there, dark, take down that creek, and then get up on top where we think he's going to be, because we know where they came from. Yep. That's the nice part. We know exactly where they came from.
We got all day tomorrow, so we won't put a ton of pressure.
Listen.
Just work up this draw.
Yep.
The creek. Good.
With that wind coming this way, I think me and Tyler will stay back here, and then you three go up to the water, and we'll just stay here for 15, 20 minutes or till it gets dark, and then we'll come meet with you. That way we can pull them past, and then we'll be looking at you guys. Okay. If they're there. So yeah, we'll just hang out here, because I think the wind's coming this way. You can just set up on this side of that brush line. Okay, we'll see you in 20 minutes.
there's a good lane here and a good lane there. If he's gonna, and then it blocks him. If he's coming to us through these trees, he can't really see us very well.
If he comes through, we'll draw on him when he's back in here.
Yeah.
I think if we need to roll to the right, that way it gets us back out to the end of that road we walked. And that way we can check all that stuff down in the main creek too. I think my gut just tells me they maybe went, that one we heard this morning was going down the main creek, because if he's not in here, he's not the next drainage over is the main one. By camp, he's got to be next one over. But yeah,
We left the ones last night working.
Unfortunately, with the demands of Luke's crazy schedule, he must move on without tagging out on an elk.
We're in the kind of the midnight hour of this hunt. I'm tired, I stink. Want to see my kids. Hadn't heard any elk this morning. There's guys hunting the next drainage over, probably. Not 100% sure of that, but spirits are still overall high, though, with all those things considered. Yeah, it's been a great trip. Just didn't happen. Hadn't happened yet.
we had left those guys and kind of climbed up on this ridge. Kind of running towards us, kind of trotting. You know, obviously it seen us and didn't really spook, but it slowly walked back. And then as we sat here a little bit longer, you can hear there's an old pickup truck on the road. And so that guy we thought earlier might have been rapping us, did rap us, and he's down there. He shuts his truck off for 2 seconds, bugles. If he doesn't hear anything within 2 seconds, I think he starts his truck back up and drives up the road and repeats it. So he was probably only a couple hundred yards from where this bull was, and was pushing him this way. So yeah, these dead mornings in elk woods are never fun, but it's even a little less fun when it's the last day of the hunt, last day of season here in New Mexico.
Oh, we had some high hopes for this spot. Left a bunch of elk in here last night, and
I think that's what did it. Our famous last words as we were walking out, like, oh, they should be right back in here because nobody's been hunting it or messing with it.
And then that guy messed with it this morning. Of course.
Oh, yeah. A little 6-point bull up above us that got bumped by him and wasn't bugling, and haven't heard anything. It's 9 o'clock now, and we expected them to drop back in this drainage because that's where they always ended up, and they just haven't. So, any takeaways from your first elk hunt, Luke?
Yeah, I don't know.
Any more positive takeaways?
I don't have any. Get enough bacon. Make sure you buy enough bacon. Bring a squatty potty.